What's going on, you guys? So we're back with another review of Dragon Ball Daima Episode 2. Guys, this is so good. This show is so good so far. So Goku and the gang are finally experiencing what they went through at the end of the last episode, which was them getting turned back into kids, but not just back into kids. They are now first graders. This is the youngest they have ever been in Dragon Ball. Most of the characters, yes, we already know this, but second of all, Goku in particular, because we've seen him throughout numerous times where he's been a child. Now, we also got to see the opening theme for the very first time, and the opening theme is incredible. But aside from that, they do include, apparently, you can see they put Akira Toriyama's name in the lyrics. You can see Akira, and then Tori, and then Yama in the lyrics, which is pretty crazy, honestly. Crazy good, that's such a good thing. We do get to kind of see more of the new kind of villains, the King Goma and Degasu. And these guys are really kind of interesting because Degasu doesn't really seem like he's that bad. It kind of seems like the Namekian is going to be the one who is going to kind of turn the tides on some things. There's one part I found very funny. There's one scene in here where Bulma asks Kibito to go pick up dinner at some restaurant. So just the idea of Kibito, because she asked him to go do it because he can teleport. So just the idea of Kibito Kai walking into a restaurant to pick up a delivery order like he's some type of Uber Eats driver is pretty crazy funny. But the gang finally figures out that there's something going on at Kami's Lookout, so they head up there to investigate, where a kid, Mr. Popo, tells them basically everything that has happened. The ship, or a ship, comes down on Kami's Lookout to where they investigate, and they're kind of ready, all right, we need to get going. We need to get ready to go out back into space, and we need to take these guys out because they turned us into kids, and we need to not be kids. So Goku is like, look, I'm having a hard time fighting in this kid body. He tries to fight against Vegeta. They both are struggling with keeping their powers at a controllable level. So Goku heads over to Korin to see if he's got his Nyoibo, otherwise known as his power pole, right? So he goes to Korin to see if he has it, right? Because it normally would be at the top of Korin's tower, which would go shoot all the way straight up to Kami's Lookout, but for some reason they can't find it. Korin then tells him that Roshi has it. So he goes to go visit Roshi, and for some reason, Roshi and Goku can't find it. Well, Roshi's been using the power pole to hang his clean laundry. But Goku does eventually end up getting the power pole back. He goes to go visit the gang, to where he meets Glorio, because Glorio comes down from his ship and is ready to confront the Z Warriors. But he is not who they think, as they are not who he thinks. And they start to kind of, maybe not befriend him, not right away, at least not in this episode, but they kind of start to at least warm up to him, and basic introductions begin. And that's kind of the overarching that kind of happens here. I've seen a couple complaints online. A lot of folks have been complaining that it's taking a while to kind of get where it needs to be. I'm loving that. I'm loving this. I'm loving the world building. I'm loving everything about this so far. I want them to keep it going the way that it is. I think this looks awesome. Kid Goku looks so good. I can't wait for the fight scenes. I know the fight scenes are going to be awesome. They're going to be so good. But that's kind of, there was some cool stuff, some cool more tidbit stuff. They did add a little bit more information on like the demon ears thing, because like a lot of people were jumping on the hype train last episode where they were like, oh, they confirmed it, they said anyone that has pointy ears, they come from the demon world, which I was hesitant to jump on the train of for a multitude of reasons. But they kind of dive more into that, and I'm glad I waited because there's a lot more useful information there. They do kind of go a bit more into King Goma. Apparently, he is a very dangerous threat, so much so to the point that even Supreme Kai notes him as a threat. Supreme Kai does get noted to Degasu's existence, and Degasu is actually Supreme Kai's brother, who's the Demon Realm's evil Supreme Kai. And it's so interesting to see all of this lore come out about Dragon Ball that we had never seen or heard of before, and I'm loving every single minute of it. What are your guys' thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima so far? I can't wait to dive into more once we get to episode 3, but like I said, there's a lot of build-up and a lot of a lot of callbacks to Buu Saga as well. But what did you guys think of this? Leave your comments down below in the description box, and let's have a conversation in the comments below. I love talking Dragon Ball, as you know. So, guys, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye. Thanks so much to Tamil Kent, Matt Harvey, Sean Diaz, Benny Hartson, DirecTV The Man, Ragnar the Nerdy Viking, John Smith, Smokey, King Ben _YT, DJ1I28, Ryan Wilkins, Kame Senin, Susan Simone for all becoming members. If you would also like to become a member, on my channel there exists multiple different tier levels, and you can pick out which one is best for you.